Hey, good Sunday morning, everyone. Thought I'd do a video blog for you on this second half of the weekend that promises to be a little bit active across the valley after a beautiful day yesterday. Today will feature more clouds and some forecast challenges. That is for sure. So let's get right to it and show you what's going on this morning at 9:11 a.m. when I recorded this. Definitely a cloudier morning this morning. Some of us are getting a little wet, especially north of I-80. And we even have some thunder and lightning with some of this activity up in parts of Geauga County and Ashtabula County. And this is all sinking to the east-southeast. So there's going to be a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm around this morning, although it's pretty widely scattered and not exactly well organized. More activity back towards Toledo and up into Michigan this morning. Now the big question for us is, how will this morning's activity influence the potential activity that will come later on today? Will this kind of rob the atmosphere of some of its energy and some of its moisture and lead to a lower chance of heavier storms later, or won't it matter at all? That's something that we're not quite sure of just yet. Let's head over here and take a look at our latest high-res modeling. This is what we call the high-resolution rapid refresh model. This model ingests radar data, real-time radar data. It updates once an hour. It's a very high-resolution model, but sometimes it's wrong in high resolutions. So we have to take it with a grain of salt, just like any other computer model. But I'm going to show you what its ideas are here. Here's 11 o'clock in the morning, showers, some thunder around the valley according to the model here. Sticks around into parts of the midday, right around noon or so. Now, as we get into the afternoon, this stuff will kind of fade away. Here's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Maybe there's still a shower around. But then we await the second round, according to this model, towards evening. Here's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And this is the window in which thunderstorms could get kind of rowdy. The severe weather risk will go up. This is close to dinner time. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Here's 7 o'clock. This is when things start to wind down again. 7, 8 o'clock. Maybe there's a couple of leftover showers later on tonight, but the severe weather threat will have ended. One of our other models here, here's the NAM model. It looks a little overdone to me with this morning's activity. It moves it through, and its idea is this morning's activity sort of steals the thunder, pardon the pun, of this evening's, and it has hardly anything around the valley late today and into this evening. Maybe something real hit or miss. Now, that being said, you have to take this also with a grain of salt because I think it's overdone with what it's depicting this morning. So, what I'm leaning towards right now is a fairly decent severe weather threat for later on, late this afternoon into this evening, kind of like what the Storm Prediction Center has. Let me show you today's outlook. From the Storm Prediction Center, they have us in the what we call the slight risk in the yellow here. Now, slight can be kind of a deceiving word. It's one of their kind of mid-tier risks. Certainly not on the high end, but it's not on the real low end either. So the Storm Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, also keeping an eye on our region. The main threats with any storm late this afternoon, early this evening would be damaging winds, and a secondary threat would be hail. I think damaging winds would be number one. Not real concerned about flash flooding because I think these things will be moving along at a pretty decent clip. But right now I'm kind of leaning towards the idea that some of these storms could get pretty rowdy late today. I think the atmosphere will have plenty of moisture to work with. There's enough instability in the atmosphere. It's going to feel kind of muggy today. There's going to be a decent amount of wind energy upstairs in the atmosphere. So our window is roughly from 3 or 4 this afternoon through about maybe 7, 8 o'clock at the latest this evening. So that's when we have to be especially weather aware. Make sure you have your Storm Tracker 21 weather app on your smartphone or your tablet. We'll be updating you throughout the day. Andrew's in this morning. Meteorologist Candace Monticelli will be in the studio later today, and I'll be chiming in from home as need be. Hope you have a great rest of this Sunday, and I'll see you back in the studio on Monday.